All right. Happy Tuesday, loves. If this is your first time checking out my Facebook Live, thank you so much for checking it out. My name is Dani. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. So I typically work with people who are feeling unhappy, unfulfilled, overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out, maybe a little down or depressed. So tonight's Facebook Live is on National Mocktail Week. So this week is actually becoming more and more known as more and more people are deciding to switch from drinking alcohol to either sober curiosity, considering to stop drinking, or have stopped drinking and enjoy mocktails at restaurants. So I wanted to do that as a Facebook Live tonight as more and more people are getting into mocktails, finding out about sobriety, or are curious about it. And then next week's Facebook Live is on the hunt for happiness. So, different ways to improve the quality of your life. And then the last Facebook Live for the month is on the last Tuesday of this month, National Codependency Awareness, where we'll be talking about the different traits of codependency. And once you are aware, what does that mean? Where do you go from there, right? So, let's jump into tonight's Facebook Live. So, what are mocktails? In case you're kind of never heard of the term or wondering what it is, mocktails are very similar to cocktails, except that they don't have alcohol. And now, when I say mocktails, I don't just mean a typical, say you go to a kind of a dive bar and maybe you usually get a rum and coke. Well, it would be a Coke, right? But if you have any kind of, say, for example, a mojito, where you have mixed things in this drink, you have different things, lime, sometimes they come with basil or fresh mint, um, and a different kind of mixture where there's usually alcohol in it. And instead of there being alcohol, you still have this amazing fresh drink, but it just doesn't have alcohol in it. So more and more restaurants are doing this. It's not so much about the drink itself as it is about inclusivity, including everyone, including people at restaurants, having a good time who don't necessarily drink alcohol. So can you make mocktails? Absolutely. You can make some really delicious mocktails. As a matter of fact, if you're interested in learning more about recipes or drinks, different things you can make, you can check out Google, you can look on Pinterest, you can look on YouTube. There are some really awesome ideas out there for mocktail recipes. So if you're a sober, curious person, I wanted to bring this up in my Facebook Live, especially as it's January, people come up with New Year's resolutions. So if you're on the fence, say that you've been teetering, and when I say teetering, as in you're not sure if you want to quit drinking, you're not even sure if drinking is a problem. So with alcohol, if you find that it gets in the way of your daily responsibilities, if you find that you are it gets in the way of work, it gets in the way of relationships, you notice that you have to use it in order to cope with situations, you notice that you have to drink in order to deal with being in social situations around people and environments. And also, very importantly, you notice that you drink in order to cope with your emotions, emotions like anger, emotions like stress or depression. So, if you are curious and you're considering that maybe I want to stop drinking alcohol, think about what is your why. That's my first tip. Why do you want to stop drinking alcohol? And making sure that that reason is a very strong reason, because there are going to be instances where you notice that you struggle. You want to drink, you want to go pick up that drink. Well, why did we stop doing this in the first place? So, knowing and being familiar with your why. Second thing is, as someone who doesn't drink, I've gotten times where people say, oh my gosh, Danny, I don't know how you do it. I don't know. Because people focus a lot on, oh, you're giving up alcohol. This is something you're giving up. But instead of focusing on that you're giving it up, you're giving up alcohol, focus on the things that you gain when you give up alcohol, gaining clarity, gaining time, gaining a lot of money. Everyone is different, but it can bring up different things. So if you're someone who is sober curious, I encourage you to start with 30 days. 30 days of no drinking. In those 30 days, notice what comes up for you when you stop drinking. And what I say by that, I mean notice in situations where you would usually pick up a drink? Do you notice that you tend to drink in social situations? Are you able to handle a social situation without drinking? And what I mean by that is you notice that if it's 4th of July, we're at the beach, we got to have a drink. Football season, we got to have a drink. It's New Year's, we got to have a drink. There's always some reason that we got to have a drink, right? So, what if you remove that and actually try to experience your experience without alcohol? What comes up? Notice also too if you're triggered by certain things that lead you to drink alcohol. And if you are triggered by certain things, what are those triggers? Are those triggers external, outside of you, or are those triggers internal, within you? Emotions that you notice. Notice when you're feeling angry that causes you to drink, like I was saying earlier. So like I said, start with 30 days, see how you feel, see what comes up. If in case you're like, yo, Dani, if I don't drink alcohol, what the hell do I drink? Water, tea, mocktails, like I was mentioning earlier. And notice, just like I said, check in with yourself and see how you feel. Notice how you feel physically. Notice how you feel mentally. Notice how you feel emotionally. If you have any questions, if this is something you're interested in, or if anything came up for you while you were watching this Facebook Live, please don't hesitate to either send me a message here on Facebook or you can email me. My email is Dani, D-A-N-I, at DaniLaberry.com. Again, thank you so much for checking out my Facebook Live. If you feel this has been helpful, I always encourage people to share the Facebook Live videos. Again, my name is Dani Laberry. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. Thank you so much again for watching my Facebook Live. Take care of yourself and have a good rest of your night.